Alright, last video of the day, let's check out what's going on with Bitcoin. So, wow, not looking too good right now. I made a video on this yesterday and, I highlighted how we could be setting up for this inverse head and shoulders. I said I would really want to hold the 41,400. That would, in my opinion, be the best kind of inverse head and shoulders that we could do. I also said, that we could make an ugly inverse head and shoulders as long as we hold 40,000, and unfortunately, today we dropped like a rock. We fell through the level that I wanted to hold. We fell through the second level I wanted to hold. So, to be honest, it looks like this inverse head and shoulders is getting very unlikely right now. So, I would like to outline one last thing. Now, it could be potential that we are just setting up for some wham inverse head and shoulders with a retest of this trend line. So this could be something we're getting ready for. Do bear in mind this trend line has been in play since the 20th of October. We did break above it, back tested it, broke below it, and we've broken back above it. So in my opinion, if we do back test this and go off for the races, then that could also be a very bullish indicator. Now, do bear in mind, I have been making videos for about the past 6 weeks or so, and when we were around here at 44,800, I said I will not be longing or shorting until we do break 46,000. The past few videos, when we pumped all the way up to here, when everyone was getting extremely bullish, even I was bullish at that point. I said I am getting bullish. I was accumulating Bitcoin before then. I do accumulate Bitcoin every day that it does have a fat red candle. So if you've been watching my past 3 Bitcoin videos, you know that I said I'll be buying a bit here. If you watched yesterday, I said I'll be buying a bit here. And I'm sure you know what I'm about to say next. I will be buying a little bit after we do finish this video. So what I still see is we are still above this big trend line. So this is the number one level. I know I said yesterday 40,000 was the number one level, but we've lost that. So we've got to move on. We've got to talk about new levels now. It is slightly worrying because I'm not 100% sure if this level will hold, and this is why I've been sitting on the sidelines saying I will not get out of bed, I will not long until we do break 46,000. If I do come over to the total crypto market cap, you can see that we got a strong rejection from this triangle pattern that we've been in. We did get a rejection from the 618. Pair that with the fact that we haven't really had a bear market this bull cycle, which is extremely worrying. Pair that with the fact that the dollar has exploded out of this W pattern that we outlined in the last video. We have exploded out the top of this uptrend. Gold is going up. I mean, when gold is going up that something's wrong. So honestly, I think all the markets are very spooked. People are entering risk-on assets like crypto and the stock market, and they are entering quote-unquote risk-off assets like gold, because obviously gold is, the least risky asset in the world. Thank God for Peter Schiff. He's been holding for the past 11 years, and he's finally made a, let's see what this was. A 2.5% increase. So I've got to give it to Peter Schiff, man. It's been 11 years now and he's made 2.5%. Obviously this is not including inflation. If we are including inflation, he's probably lost well over half of his money. So that is a little bit of a joke. These are considered risk off assets, sorry, but in hindsight they are pretty much the most risky asset if you are sticking around for the long term. So what I see for Bitcoin right now, we really do need to hold this level. Like I said, I'm not getting bullish. I am still somewhat bullish, but I'm not getting out of bed. I'm not letting my emotions dictate what I'm going to do. I am looking at the charts objectively. I'm saying, I am a Bitcoin bull, so I do have a bias towards this coin. But if I look at this, if I take my emotions out, we are still in a downtrend. This high that we put in was a lower high from here. I even said, in the videos when we were down here, I said, I think if you come back to the 24th of February, I said, even if we pump to, 45,000 and we fall off the table, I would still not be getting out of bed. I said that as like, you know, somewhat of a joke. Obviously it wasn't a joke, I did mean it, but I did not expect that we were going to be coming up to 45.5 and then falling off the table. But I am sticking with what I've been saying for the past few weeks. I've had this plan since we were here at 44,800, and all I'm doing is buying, you know, Bitcoin on spot. I'm not leverage trading. Obviously I am a trader, so I do leverage trade quite often, or not quite often. I am a conservative trader, but you know, this is what I do. But personally right now I am sitting on the sidelines. Best case scenario, we really need to hold like 38,000. But yeah, basically 38,000, not 37,000. That's down here. I meant like 37.9, but you know, we can round it up to 38. You'll know what I mean if it drops down $100 and then pumps. So the money flow indicator is very low right now, so I'm honestly not sure how much more money can flow out of Bitcoin. In my opinion, if we do have, or if this is a bear market that we're about to enter, my absolute lowest price level would be 28,000. So honestly, I'd much rather we just come down here, come down 27% and get it over with. In my opinion, you can quote me on this, I don't think we're ever going to go below 29,000 and close a weekly or a monthly candle. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we did something like this on a weekly, maybe even came down to 19 on like a wick on fears of like World War III. But once we did touch this, I think it would be straight off to the races, and that would be pretty much all she said. So what I'm looking for now is the total crypto market cap to have a reversal at some point soon. Hopefully something like a W pattern like this. If we do keep falling off the table, then I am going to keep sitting on the sidelines. I do still believe that while the Bitcoin dominance is above the 200-day, this is the wrong chart. Here we go. I do believe once, while the Bitcoin dominance is above the 200-day, that I am personally bearish on altcoins. So, you know, a lot of these altcoins are dropping a lot harder than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still holding up pretty nicely. And, you know, the Bitcoin shorts are falling off the table. So I don't think people are shorting this on leverage. I think people are just selling. They're leaving the market. Well, I don't think that I know that, because if Bitcoin was going down because people were shorting, this chart would be going up because the shorts would be going up. But the shorts are going down, which means that people aren't longing, they're not shorting. People are just selling Bitcoin on spot, and that's why we're seeing all of this red selling volume coming in. So last line in the sand once again is 38,000. If we do lose 38,000, I would be targeting between 31,000 and 30,000 as a potential bottom, because that is the average buy-in price of Michael Saylor. If we did lose that, like I said, I don't think we would close a monthly candle below the 28,000. But you know, if World War III gets announced, fingers crossed that it doesn't, because you know, that would be very horrible news. But with the geopolitical news going on in the world, it would not surprise me. So, you know, let's all hope that this doesn't happen. But if, you know, World War III gets announced tomorrow and someone decides to drop a nuke, I would not be surprised if we came all the way down to 19. But like I said, let's pray that, you know, we don't have news like that. Let's hope the markets are just having one last flush out and we do bounce on 38,000. But if we do lose that, I will be targeting, you know, 31, 30 and 28,000. So I'd personally actually quite like that. I would love to buy Bitcoin in this region. You know, if you loved Bitcoin at 70,000, you should literally love it at 28,000. So I'm hoping we have a bounce from 38,000, just so I can, you know, finally get back in the market, finally start longing again if we do break above 46. But just to reiterate, I am still on the sidelines until we do break out. So also, one last thing to end it on, if we do come into the into the hourly, I outlined this Bart Simpson pattern, and we've literally perfectly played it out. I outlined yesterday, you know, we've got this big Bart Simpson head, if I make it yellow, and you know, we've got the hair here, and the target is all the way down to where this started. So, you know, this would actually line up nicely to the retest of the 38,000. If we did come down and retest this 38,000, the Bart Simpson pattern would be done, and potentially, hopefully, that would be the bottom. So that's all I see for Bitcoin. Keep an eye on 38,000. If we don't hold 38,000, I think it's about to get very ugly. So once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.